Government seek to remove the word uncontrollable child while gunmen shoot police officer. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The House of Representatives will begin debating the removal of the categorization of children as uncontrollable from the Child Care and Protection Act next week. On Tuesday, Minister of Education and Youth Favour Williams introduced legislation in Parliament to remove Section 24 of the Act. The clause is presently before a joint select committee of parliamentarians. There have been proposals for the modifications to Section 24 of the Kid Care and Protection Act, which allows a judge to issue a correctional order in the case of an unmanageable child, which was presented before the court. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education is downplaying the narrative that the education sector is on the brink of a teacher migration crisis, which is based on the number of vacancies for teachers being advertised in the local newspaper. In one of the advertisements, the board of a rural school listed vacancy for 18 teachers in specific subjects, which includes mathematics and English, leading the list. But the advertisement did not say if the positions were permanent or temporary. Education Minister Favour Williams believes it is unwise to assume that the vacancies are connected to teachers seeking better opportunities overseas. The minister said there are also teachers who transition from one school to another within the education sector and others who may choose to go and work private schools. A Portland taxi operator who allegedly attempted to suffocate his common-law wife last month has been charged. 37-year-old Ryan Stewart of Rural Hills in the parish is charged with attempt to suffocate with intent to commit murder, assault occasioning bodily harm, malicious destruction of property, and simple larceny. Reports are that on May 21st about 2:30 a.m., Stewart allegedly attacked his common-law spouse, pushing her into a concrete wall, causing injury. He also reportedly destroyed her cellular phone and laptop computer. In a bid to escape the abuse, the woman relocated to Johnson Mountain in St. Thomas. But Stewart found her, then turned up at her home and again attacked her, this time allegedly attempting to suffocate her with a pillow. He is also accused of stealing her debit card and personal identification card. And the police need to put this man away for good, lock him up, and never let him see the outside again. A member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force is hospitalized in serious condition following a gun attack by robbers in Yorktown and Clarendon yesterday afternoon. The Clarendon police have launched a major manhunt for gunmen who carried out the attack, and it is suspected that two of the hoodlums were shot during an exchange of gunfire with the policeman. It's reported that the policeman was in an area known as Paranassus, accompanying someone purchasing a motorcycle when the attack happened. Sources said men pulled weapons, began firing, and the policeman was hit. The wounded policeman was off duty and he returned fire. He is said to have been shot in the shoulder and the back. The police believe the attackers may have also been shot as they observed bloodstains leading in different directions. A year after 15-year-old Papine High School student Kenute Williams was killed while on his way to school, a man has been charged with his murder. Kenute was walking to school when he was attacked and shot on Ligani Avenue in St. Andrew by two men who stole his cellular phone on March 23 last year. 29-year-old Shaquille Richard, otherwise called Shaquille Ballen of Chestnut Lane and Sandy Park, were charged after he was captured on closed-circuit television camera committing the murder. A teenager was also charged last March after he was handed over to the police by his relatives. The Major Investigation Division says that two men who were found with bullet wounds in the trunk of a Toyota Probox along the Salt Pond Main Road in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Tuesday afternoon were known goat thieves. A third man who turned up at the Spanish Town Hospital with bullet wounds is suspected to be a crony of the two deceased. The police are also searching for a fourth man who was traveling with them when they were attacked by people with high-powered weapons about 4:30 in the morning. The deceased are still unidentified. Detective Inspector David Harris of the Major Investigation Division said that it is believed that the men were killed elsewhere and dumped along the roadway. The police are now searching for a suspect in relation to the fatal shooting of a man and the wounding of another along Lyndhurst Road in Kingston on Tuesday. The dead man has been identified as 27-year-old Ackerman Duhaney, otherwise called Esco, a mechanic of Paradise Court in Kingston. The other man has been hospitalized with bullet wounds. And it's reported that about 4:30 in the afternoon, Duhaney was at a shop waiting to be served when a gunman wearing a ski mask entered and fired two shots. Duhaney was shot in the head and the other man in the left shoulder. The shooter escaped on foot. Senior Superintendent Michael Phillips, commanding officer for the Kingston Western Police Division, said the killing is linked to a double murder on Sunday on a church compound in Arnett Gardens. 20-year-old Jaheim Walker was one of two men who were shot and killed during that incident. On to Sports Gold Cup, the Reggae Boys defeated Caribbean rivals Trinidad and Tobago 4-1 in their second CONCACAF Gold Cup game on Wednesday night. Newcomers Demaria Gray with 2 goals and Dujan Richards got on the score sheet for Jamaica, as well as Leon Bailey, who was criticized after his performance against the United States of America on Saturday. And this was the first win for Jamaica's new coach Hal Grimson. The Jamaica forward line missed at least 5 easy chances and could have scored at least 8 goals in the first half. Jamaica led 3-0 in the first half before Trinidad scored in the 49th minute, but Jamaica's 17-year-old sensation Dujan Richards, who came in as a substitute late in the game, fired a shot which deflected off Trinidad's defender Kareem Moses and ended up in the back of the net. And Jamaica will have an easy game on Sunday against St. Kitts. Speaking of St. Kitts, they were hammered 6-0 by the United States last night, who took lead of Group A, leading Jamaica on goal difference. Both the US and Jamaica are on 4 points, Trinidad is on 3, and St. Kitts no points. Today we will see a very interesting game between Qatar and Honduras at 7:45 p.m. and what's supposed to be a high quality game when Mexico and Haiti clash at 10 p.m. and I don't think you want to miss that one. And if you ever miss the news on this radio station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. My name is Mikey Bones. Have a good day, everybody. I gone.